Hello, and guess what? Yep, just like with the Star Wars Episode 7 and Episode 8, I have got the early script. Oh, yeah. A copy of it anyways, at least it's a working script in progress. And like with Star Wars Episodes 7 and 8, I'm going to go through it. I've kind of gone through it and sort of kind of condensed it all down a little bit. But I'll go ahead and leave the video up as long as I can until the lawyers hit me with the cease and desist, and I have to take it down like I did with the other videos regarding this. And as we know from the past, the scripts are pretty solid. There was only some minor changes from the first script to the actual movie, and from the second script to the actual movie. So yeah, pretty excited about this. This is actually I don't know. For me, it's obviously a big budget movie, and I can see why. I guess Ron Howard was supposed to direct it, and they decided that they wanted J.J. Abrams to do it. So, anyways, without any preamble, the opening roll credits are: Kylo Ren has become Emperor of the New Order. Leia has gone with Rey back to Luke's planet so that she can die. Finn and Poe have gone on to meet up with the ragtag fleet of Resistance ships. Opening scene. The heavily damaged opening scene, Talos system. The heavily damaged Supremacy hangs in orbit around a lush and undergoing repairs. We see a shuttle depart one of the hangar bays with a fighter escort. The shuttle closes on the camera's position and then passes by into darkness. As it emerges back into view, we start to see the shape of a large planet with a massive crater around the equator. Within seconds, the new star killer planet is revealed to us as the shuttle moves down to land. We're outside the ventilator here. Let's go ahead and just kind of hover here as I go through this stuff. It's kind of hard to talk and move around at the same time because I'm reading my notes and doing all this. So bear with, because I have to sometimes advance my notes. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and advance my notes. Back to the game. The shuttle lands and Kylo Ren and Hux exit it to meet up with General Vex, the commander of the new Starkiller planet, a weapon 3 times as large as the first Starkiller base, which was basically a moon. Kylo is angry that the construction is behind schedule. General Vex begins to explain about supply shortages when he is suddenly thrust into the air, gripping his throat. I am not concerned with your issues. Failure to plan on your part does not constitute a crisis on mine, says Kylo Ren. You have the Supremacy in orbit. Use it for parts. Scrap it. I don't care. I want this construction back on schedule. The atrocities will be here soon, and I will transfer my flag to it and the Second Fleet. Kylo releases General Vex, who assures him that the deadline will be met, and then tells Kylo that his guest is waiting for him in the Emperor's Hall. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I guess, they're going to use my avatar name for the name of the new Supremacy battleship. That is really fucking cool. I talk about fucking coincidence. I'm stoked. I was hoping that, be like a Sith Lord, Lord Atrocities, but I guess a ship name is something I can live with. That's just pretty cool, though. I mean, I've been using that name for 20 years now, and it finally makes it into a Star Wars movie. Hot damn. I'm pretty stoked about that. I think these are huge. We'll work our way back here towards one other one. I think there's something back here. As I fly, I got to adjust the text notes here. I'm really stoked about getting this information. I didn't expect to get it so soon, because usually it has to work its way through the grapevine, and copies of copies of copies and stuff like that. But yeah, I got it. And so, new scene, planet Ahch-To, which is the planet that Luke Skywalker was on. We see Rey in the light of a funeral pyre with C-3PO and R2-D2 standing next to her. New scene. Rey is sitting in Luke's old hut assembling something. The camera pans around to see that she is building a new lightsaber. Ooh, joyous. This is kind of boring through here. Let's go back to the Star Destroyer. There's so much space in here that it is really, really, really hard to. These ships are so massive that now I'm lost. Oh, well, I know what I can do. Just go right back to this, and then we go back. See what we can get, see if we can get this way to it. And there we go. Lost again. And he was lost in the darkness. New scene. Rey works her way up to new scene. Rey is approaching the Falcon where Chewie is working on something when she sees the Force ghost of Luke Skywalker standing off in the distance. She orders C-3PO and R2-D2 back onto the Falcon, telling them, "I'll be right along. Tell Chewie to warm her up." New scene. Rey works her way up to Luke, who is now sitting on a rock looking at her. "Nice job," Luke says. Luke refers to her new lightsaber. "Thank you. Now what do I do?" says Rey. Luke, "I would tell you to return the books," meaning the the Jedi text, "but I know you won't do that." Rey, "Nope. Besides, you burned the library, don't you remember?" Luke, "Ah, yeah. Well, I really didn't have anything to do with that." "You won't need the books, or the texts. You are already a Jedi." Rey, "I don't feel like a Jedi. I couldn't save him. I know there is good in him, but I couldn't save him." Luke, "Neither could I, and I was the last Jedi. You each have a path now that is your own. You must walk those paths separately to their end. The Force will be with you, always." Rey, "Don't go. I have so many questions." Luke, looking to his side as Leia appears. He says, "You already have all the answers." Both he and Leia slowly fade away. Okay, well, that's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and see if we can find our... there it is. I see it. See it. There it is. You got to remember, these ships are absolutely huge. I'm serious. These things are just gargantuan in size. They don't look that big, but my God, they're massive. So, I mean, I can't even begin to imagine building one of these bad boys out. And there's actually one on the server that somebody did build out, and it's pack a lunch, because it's going to take you a while to explore the Venator, or even this ship, whatever the name of this one is. All right. New scene: Planet Praxis, Maze's new cantina. Rose and Finn walk into Maz Cantanta's new bar. I don't know how to say her last name. Finn, she said she had information for us that is vital to the survival of the Resistance. Rose, I don't get it. Who is this Maz Katana? Finn, she's an old friend of Leia's and Han Solo's that helped us a while back. Rose, right. Wasn't it her that sent you and I on that wild Targ hunt a few months back? Finn, yep, looking resigned. Finn and Rose make their way to the bar where Maz greets them and tells them that she has a present for them. She points to a man in the corner and says, I believe you have unsettled business with that one. He has been rather insistent that he make contact with the Resistance. Finn and Rose walk up to the stranger, and it is revealed that it is the slicer traitor DJ, our good old friend that betrayed them in the last movie. Finn, you backstabbing, Finn starts. Rose, son of a bantha, finishes Rose. DJ, well, the universe is full of wonders. Finn, I'm going to... Finn starts again. DJ, wait, friend. I have some information about the new order your bosses are going to want. Rose, why should we care what you have? You sold us out and left us to die. DJ, true, but that was just business. Just like now. I have something you're going to want, and you have something I want. New scene, space. The Bajer system. The Falcon hops out of hyperspace and zooms towards a ragtag fleet of older warships, heading for a single large pickle-shaped ship. Home 1. Finally, comes into full view as the Falcon enters the big ship's hangar bay and sets down. Poe is standing by the ramp as Chewie and Rey exit the ship. How'd it go he asks. Rey, I don't want to talk about it right now. What's going on? Poe, we need to talk. We just got some bad news and, well, it's not good. New scene, ready room of Home 1. General Poe, he's a general now, obviously because there's not many rebels left, walks around the ready room on Home 1 as a 3D image of the new Starkiller planet pops into view. So tell me about this, Poe says to DJ. DJ, I think the image speaks for itself, don't you? Rey, they built another one? Finn, There were rumors of something big, but we just thought it was another ship like the Supremacy. DJ, oh yeah, they built it, and they plan to use it very soon. You don't have a lot of time. Poe, so where is it? DJ, and now we come to the business at hand. I have the coordinates, and you have something I want. Let's make a deal. Rose, first, I want to know how you got this information. DJ, they don't call me the galaxy's best slicer for nothing, and I didn't leave the Supremacy empty-handed. Ro, what do you want? DJ, I understand you have some texts, some ancient texts, some very old texts about the Jedi. My price are those texts. Ray, no. Poe, taking Ray off to the side, let him have them. They're just old texts. They're dusty. They're old papers. Besides, they're not a page-turner. Ray, those are the original scripts of the Jedi. I won't let him have them. Poe, what good are they if the New Order destroys everything? After a few moments of looking back and forth, Ray agrees. DJ, good. Shall we conclude our business so that I can be on my way and you on yours? New scene, Starkiller Planet, Emperor's Hall. General Hux enters the Emperor's Hall, walking up towards the throne tower, where Kylo Ren sits, meditating on the throne. Hux, my lord, Admiral Jakar and the Atrocities have arrived with Second Fleet, are in orbit around the Sentry Moon 1. Kylo, saying nothing for many moments. Hux, getting impatient, stirs and begins to leave, but is stopped by a mysterious force. Kylo, I didn't excuse you. Hux, I gather that fact. Kylo, tell Admiral Jakar to move his fleet and the remnants of First Fleet behind the far side of Starkiller Planet as close to the southern pole as possible. He is to wait there until I summon him. Hux, as you wish. Hux turns to leave but stops. Am I excused? He asks. Kylo Ren simply swivels his throne around, giving his back to Hux. Hux walks off. New scene, Ready Room, Home 1. The room is filled with pilots and crew as Poe makes his way up to the center and turns on the display showing Starkiller Base. Admiral Troy stands next to him. Poe, this is our objective, Starkiller Planet. We cannot directly attack the planet as it is protected by two separate shields, one from each of the satellite moons named Sentry Moon 1 and 2. In order to attack the planet itself, we must deactivate both of these shield generators at the same time. General Finn will lead the assault on Sentry Moon 1, while General Ray will I guess they're really shorthanded, will lead the assault against Sentry Moon 2. Once they have deactivated the shields, we can move the bulk of our fleet into orbit and begin bombarding the planet and the main gun site itself. The fighters will move into the superstructure of the main gun, going for its reactors. There are 5 reactors. Each must be taken out before we can target the big reactor itself. I guess the thing has a lot of reactors. I don't know why they just don't warp into the system and, like, pour water on the star or something, because that's where it draws its powers, from the star. A random character, unnamed as of yet. This is a trap. It's just like what happened to the old rebel fleet at Endor. Poe, this isn't a trap. The New Order has no idea that we know about this. We confirm this by sending a stealth Y-wing recon fighter in to scan the system. Currently, there is but a small contingent fleet in orbit. A scan of the First Order fleet pops up showing the Supremacy. Wow, that's not a small ship. Unnamed character. We can't take out a super supreme mega dreadnought. Who comes up with these names? Poe, they are scrapping it. It appears that they are tearing it apart for resources. Our best estimate is that it's only about 20% combat capable. Our fighters and capital ships can easily handle it, and the rest of their fleet is made up of escorts and corvettes. Ray, what about the rest of their fleet? Do we know where it is? Poe, our best guess is that it is scattered around the galaxy looking for us or reinforcing the New Order's might on the systems that they have taken control of. If there are no other questions, let's get this party on the road. New scene. Starkiller Planet. Emperor's Hall. DJ and General Hux enter the Emperor's Hall and walk towards the throne. Kylo swivels around to face them as they approach. DJ stops, bows, and presents the Jedi scrolls. As agreed, your prize. Kylo Ren smiles heavily and uses the Force to lift the books to him, or text to him. Very good. Kylo then slowly turns away from the two men. DJ looks at Hux, confused, with a questioning stare of, do we leave now, or what? Kind of look on his face. Hux pauses him, and Hux pauses DJ and looks towards Kylo. Hux just gives him an I don't know look, then asks aloud, "Are we excused, my lord?" Kylo, "Leave me!" Both men are thrown back to the door by the power of the Force. I guess Kylo didn't want to be bothered. New scene. Hangar, Home 1 hangar. Rey and Finn are standing in the hangar looking at a pair of First Order shuttles. Finn, "I will take the one on the right." Rey, "Why do you get to choose that one? Perhaps I wanted it." Finn, "Then I'll take the one on the left." Rey, smiling, "Good luck, Finn. May the Force be with you." Finn, "Same to you, Rey. I'll see you when this is over." Rey turns to Chewbacca. "Make sure you don't scratch my ship, Chew. We might need you to come and save us." Chewbacca speaks something in Wookiee and then hugs Rey. C-3PO, "That was rather sweet." Poe, in flight gear, walks towards his X-Wing as BB-8 rolls up and chirps. "Thanks, buddy. She's looking really good." Finn and Rose approach. "So, are you sure you trust the fleet to Admiral Troy? She did crash the last starship she commanded." Poe, smiling, "To be fair, she's better at being an admiral than I am at being a general. And besides, I'm the best pilot in the Resistance." They all laugh, exchange pats and hugs, and head off towards their ships. Finn, walking away, turns back and yells at Poe, "May the Force be with you." Poe yells back, "It will be with us all." New scene. Space just within the Talos system. The two stolen New Order shuttles exit hyperspace. Rey in the pilot seat of one. These codes DJ gave us had better work, or this will be the shortest trip in history. Finn, over the radio, "I'll kill him if they don't work." Rey exchanges codes with the New Order flight control as they pass by the remains of Supremacy heading down towards their respective moon targets. Once cleared, the two shuttles head off to the two moons. Rey's shuttle is followed down to the planet as it lands. Rey to the Resistance soldiers, "We'll have to use speeder bikes to close the distance to the shield generators. Ready your men." New scene. Starkiller planet, Emperor's Hall. Hux enters the Emperor's Hall as Kylo Ren steps down from his throne. Hux, "They have arrived, as you predicted. We just received the shield codes for both moons." Kylo, "I know. Send word to General Jakar, ready his fleet, and prepare my shuttle. I am going to Sentry Moon 1. Hux, puzzled, "Are you sure you want to..." He is cut off by a choking sound. "Never mind." He struggles out before falling to the floor, gasping for air. "I'll just stay here and..." Kylo Ren exits the room and doesn't hear him finish. New scene. Sentry Moon 2. Finn and Rose pair up, hiding, looking out with binoculars, looking like they're hardly any... Oh, okay. Looks like there's hardly any security, says Finn. Rose, "Is that a bad thing?" Finn, "Yeah, it is actually." Rose, "How so?" Finn, "There should be I don't know, at least 2 legions guarding this installation. Where are they?" Cut scene. Close up of a set of binoculars. Slow zoom out, reveal Captain Phasma. "Rebel scum," she whispers to herself. Behind her are 2 legions of stormtroopers, walkers, and vehicles. New scene. Sentry Moon 1. Kylo's shuttle lands on the platform and he exits. A stormtrooper greets him. "The insurgents are just outside the shield generator's secondary entrance bunker. Your orders." Kylo, saying nothing, simply walks to the lift, steps in, turns to face the camera. Doors close. New scene. Sentry Moon 1. Rey on comms with Finn. "The fleet should be positioned to jump in. We have about 30 minutes before they begin their attack." Finn, "We are all set here. Very light security, though. It has me worried. What's it like for you?" Rey, "Same. I don't..." What? Sensing something. "Wait. Finn, it's a trap!" At that moment, all hell breaks loose. As the ground battle begins on both moons, Rey is fighting her way through hundreds of stormtroopers working toward the shield generator's bunker door when Kylo Ren steps out and ignites his saber. Rey pauses, sees him, and the river of bodies and troops parts, giving them a battleground to duel. I guess it's kind of like everybody clears the way. New scene. Sentry Moon 2. As the battle rages, Phasma works her way through the battleground toward Finn, who has not yet seen her. She yells at him to draw his attention. GK 421! Finn, in shock, slowly turns to face Phasma. I saw you die. Phasma, saying nothing, begins her assault against him. Finn and Phasma fight as the battle rages. Rose, ducking and covering, enters the shield generator base through the bunker door as several more New Order troops exit. New scene. Space. Talos system just above Starkiller Planet. Resistance ships pop into real space and are immediately brought under fire by the First Order's Second Fleet. New scene. Bridge. Home 1. Admiral Troy. It's a trap! Order the fleet to retreat! Move us away from those Star Destroyers! All hell breaks loose in space. New scene. Sentry Moon Base 1. Kylo Ren and Rey duel. Rey. Your mother died, knowing you still had good within you. Kylo, she was a fool who died a fool's death. Rey. You can't erase the past by killing it. Kylo. The past isn't dead yet. Join me, and we can rebuild what has been lost. Rey. Stop this now, and come with me. There is good in you. I can feel it. Kylo. I have the ancient Jedi texts. With them I will rebuild the Jedi Order in my image. Rey. No! New scene. Moonbase 2. Phasma and Finn continue to fight. Phasma. You are a traitor and I'm going to end you today. Finn. Not if I end you first. New scene. Starkiller Planet control room. Hux, standing before the 3D image of Admiral Atrocities. Admiral Atrocities. We have pushed the Resistance fleet into the kill zone. You may fire when ready. Hux smiles deeply. Looks to a technician. Fire! Starkiller Planet begins to power up, drawing energy from the system star. New scene. Home 1. Bridge. Admiral Troy. Reaction to seeing Starkiller Planet begin to draw power from the system star. They are going to fire their main weapon. All ships clear the system. I repeat, clear the system at all costs. A nondescript officer. Mom, the fighters. What about the fighters? Troy. They're on their own. We have to save the fleet. Order the fighters to cover our escape, and then have them jump out once we are clear. New scene. Sentry Base 2. Rose works her way along the wall. In the shadows towards the control room, a few soldiers pass by, making jokes about the battle outside. She enters the room and shoots the 3 officers manning the station in the room. She starts to work on the console when she is interrupted by a voice. It's DJ. I won't do that if I were you. Rose slowly turns to find DJ standing at the door holding a gun on her. You can't let this happen, DJ. The entire fate of the galaxy is in the balance. DJ, if I don't get paid, I don't care. Rose, it's all about credits with you, isn't it? What's that say about you when so many people will die? DJ says I'm a businessman. Rose, really? I think it says that you're a bantha-eating bottom feeder. DJ, move away from the console, or he lets the threat hang in the air. New scene. Space above Sentry Base 2. An X-Wing is under heavy fire and enters the moon's atmosphere, attempting to elude TIE fighters, closely followed by a dozen TIE fighters. Trying to elude a dozen TIE fighters is just closely following them. I don't know. I can't shake him, the pilot yells. I'm going to close to the surface to lose. The pilot never finishes the sentence. The fighter is hit and streaks out of control right towards the shield generator bunker. New scene. Sentry Base 2 outside the shield bunker. Phasma and Finn still fighting. Phasma, your combat skills have improved, but they won't save you. Finn, shut up, and... He pauses, looks up, and then jumps. He disengages Phasma and dives for cover just as Phasma realizes something is seriously wrong, turns just to be swept away by the crashing X-Wing fighter as it tumbles into the shield bunker. New scene. Sentry Base 2 inside the shield bunker. The explosion of the X-Wing hitting the bunker and the fireball that came down the main corridor from the entrance gave Rose the chance she needed to draw her weapon and shoot DJ dead. She then turns back to the panel and realizes something. Rose. Finn. Finn, climbing up from the debris, picks up his radio. What? Rose. The systems are linked. If we blow one, we can force the other shield generator to shut down. Finn. How do we do that? Rose. Get in here. I need your help. New scene. Space. The battle continues as the Millennium Falcon swoops in and out, firing on the superstructure of a Star Destroyer. Finn's voice comes over the radio. Chewie. we've got a plan here. You're not going to like it. Chewbacca snarls something in Wookiee. New scene, Sentry Base 1. Battle rages as Kylo and Rey, tiring, continue to duel. Kylo, above us your fleet dies. Your resistance ends here today. Rey, you're not a monster, Ben. You can fight the dark side. Vader did. Kylo, Vader died for his failures. I am not my grandfather. I won't fail. Rey, if you do this, Ben, you will have failed at everything. You will have failed everyone. Kylo rages and draws near Rey. They lock, break, and lock again. Kylo moves to take Rey's hand with his lightsaber, but is blocked by Rey and thrown back by her use of the Force. Kylo, join me and let me complete your training. Rey, my training is already complete. I am a Jedi. Kylo rages on, and the battle continues. New scene, Starkiller Planet control room. Hux, how long until we can fire? Nondescript tech. 7 minutes. Hux, glaring out the window, staring up at the stars, begins to smile. Today, victory will be ours once and for all. New scene, Sentry Base 2. Rey and Finn run from the bunker as it explodes, taking with it the shield generator and landing platform. In the distance, the Falcon is landing, and Rey and Finn make for it. New scene, space. Poe is doing his best to take out the enemy, making kill after kill after kill. BB-8 is doing his best to keep Poe's fighter alive and running, when over the radio comes Finn's voice. Poe, you still alive? Poe, kinda busy at the moment. Finn, we've taken out the first generator and are on our way to Rey's location. Rey's location on board the Falcon. We have got a plan, but you and Admiral Troy aren't going to like it. New scene, Home 1 Bridge, Admiral Troy. They want us to do what? Poe, I know it's crazy, but it's our best shot. We've only got a couple of minutes left, and if we don't act, we're going to lose the fleet anyways. Troy, reluctant. I understand. I'll give the orders. May the Force be with us, General. Poe, it has never left our sides, Admiral. Poe out. Troy, turning to her communications officer. Get me the Pegasus, and give the evacuation order. All hands abandon ship. New scene, Sentry Base 1. The Falcon lands. Finn and Rose exit the Falcon, followed by Chewie with a squad of troops. We've got to get Rey and get clear. They run off towards the battle. New scene, space on board the Pegasus, a small Malkamari cruiser. Captain Sheridan, I understand, Mum. Sound the evacuation alert. Helm set course. Fly us directly into the shield generator on Moon 1. Full power to engines. As escape pods are jettisoned from the Malkamari cruiser, Pegasus, the great ship moves rapidly towards the surface of the Sentry Moon Base 1 and the shield generator and bunker below. New scene, Sentry Base 1, surface. Finn spots Rey and Kylo first. Chewbacca and Rose follow him, moving toward them, firing and fighting stormtroopers as they go. Finn is yelling Rey's name, trying to draw her attention. Rey and Kylo continue to duel. Both are very tired. Both have injuries and are bleeding. When Rey hears Finn calling her, Kylo moves in for the kill. Rey is expecting it and blocks. It is at this time Kylo looks up and sees the Pegasus as it burns through the planet's atmosphere toward the shield generator. He drops his lightsaber, and while yelling, "No!" he uses the Force. He raises his hands towards the ship to use the Force to grapple the ship in an attempt to stop its plunge towards the surface. Rey, seizing on the moment, recovers from Kylo's previous attack and makes a disabling blow just as Finn, who had fired at Kylo as he moved to attack Rey. Blaster bolts hit Kylo in the chest, dropping him as Rey's lightsaber takes both of Kylo Ren's hands. Oh, she cuts his hands off. Ouch. Finn running up to Rey. We gotta go now. Rey, seeing Kylo in agony on the ground. I can't leave him. Rose, Chewie. Chewbacca grabs Finn and they run. As the Pegasus slams into the shield generator, the last of the Resistance survivors board the Falcon and she lifts off. Rey in the pilot seat and Finn hanging over her as Chewie and her work feverishly to get them to safety. Go. Finn charges as the explosion from the surface nearly overtakes them. New scene, space, above Starkiller Planet on board Home 1. Admiral Troy, alone on the bridge of the famed rebel ship Home 1, bears down towards Starkiller Planet and its main gun. New scene, Starkiller Planet control room. Hux, Not sure what it is he is looking at, begins to realize what is about to happen, and screams aloud, "Fire! Fire! Fire! Fire!" But it is too late. Home 1 strikes the main gun of Starkiller Base just as the gun fires. The resulting explosion is nothing less than apocalyptic, as the planet is blown into dust. New scene, space, Talos system. As the destruction of Starkiller Base is happening, Resistance ships are jumping out. Poe is rapidly clearing the battle space, along with dozens of Resistance fighter, when Rey's voice crackles in his headset. "Rey, we've cleared the moon and are jumping out." Poe, "The fleet, or what's left of it, is clear of the system now. I'm right behind you. Don't wait on me. Get out now." The ships jump as the expanding explosion of Starkiller Planet consumes the system. New scene, random planet, Falcon on landing pad, citizens cheering in the streets, celebration abound. Poe, Rey, Finn, Rose, Chewbacca, C-3PO, R2-D2, and BB-8 make their way toward the podium. Poe, Rey, Finn, Rose, and Chewbacca are given medals. Chewbacca says something in Wookiee, and everyone looks to C-3PO to translate. C-3PO, he says, "This is his second medal." Everyone laughs. New scene, brig, undefined ship. Man walks up. Kylo Ren looks up. A familiar voice. "It's been a long time, Ben." Camera pans over to see Lando Calrissian standing before Ben Solo. Sorry about that. Standing before Ben Solo. So, Lando Calrissian makes an appearance. Well, there you have it, look, folks. Hopefully, staring at this game screen here and not doing anything else but listening to my voice read the pending script, or whatever version script it is, for Episode 9. Hope you all enjoy.